Hi everybody. I'm coming in a couple minutes early. I'm scheduled to be streamed from my Moments with Celeste page into the Crafty Bunch at 4:15 Central Time. So just coming on a couple of minutes early to give my wonderful friend Heidi the opportunity to get me tagged into the Crafty Bunch. I hope everyone's having a beautiful Sunday. This theme today, the lazy, hazy beach days, is making me really want to be at the beach. I'm just saying, I really would like to be at the beach. So, if you can come on, if you can just say hi in the comments, so let me make sure I'm seeing my comments. And that helps me always. I know we always have a little bit of delay when we do these things, but that's okay. Hey, it's Sunday. What else do we have to do, right? So I'm just kind of keeping my eye on over here, and I'm watching Nicole finish up. She made that cutest little container with those pretty beach colors and the sea glass. That was so pretty. Hi there, Linda, and hi, Lori and Tammy. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for coming in today. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been looking forward to this one for a little bit now. I think I scheduled myself, I want to say maybe 4-6 weeks ago. And so I was really happy. I love to be able to support the Crafty Bunch. I love to be able to support my friend Heidi with Joyful Artful Adventures. Not Joyful Artful Adventures. I'm going to mess it up now. I'm going to say it. Let me get my paper, because I really do love you, Heidi, I promise. Joyful Artistry by Heidi. I always want to get you mixed up with Christy's title on hers. So, good groups of people. Yes, they are, all around. Hello there, Jody. I'm going to see here if we can get myself... Looks like Nicole's still got a minute or so here maybe to go. And then we'll get started, okay? So keep coming on in. Keep those comments coming. All right, thank you so much, Heidi. I'm going to get it over here. And we'll see if it's showing up on the Crafty Bunch yet. Seeing Nicole, I don't think she must not be finished yet. Okay. It's probably just me. There's the Crafty Bunch. Oh, okay, there we go. Whew, made it. Just in the nick of time, right? Okay, hi Natalie Marie. Hello, Michelle Bell. Good to see you. And let's see, Linda Watson. Hi, I hope your eyelids are drying. Linda, gosh, that's got to be a miserable day you're having. And then, let's see, who else do we have on here? We've got Linda. Now we've got Ruth Woodbright, or Woolbright. Welcome, and thank you for popping in for the Lazy Hazy Beach Days on the Crafty Bunch, being streamed in from the Moment with Celeste page here, and being hosted by my wonderful friend at Joyful Artistry, Heidi. She is a precious jewel, and I think everybody who knows her would agree. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So my little beachy theme today, I didn't want to do a journal because I always do journals or frequently do journals, but I was inspired to do a journal because about 3-4 weeks ago, I was watching one of our creators, Nicole Prose and Michelle Hill with the Vintage Daisy. They had what's called a junk journal raid on the Whatnot app. And so I thought, well, I'm going to watch that. And I picked up a wonderful little packet from Nicole on there, and I thought I'd use it today because guess what? It's a beach theme. So I'm going to kind of just let you see here real quick So what I got in her little packet was this fabric that I've done my cover with. And it has some cardboard pieces in there to use to stabilize that. And then it also had this cute little tassel. And then it had tons and tons, lots and lots of beach pages that we're going to work on today. And some cute other ephemera. So I just thought I wanted to go ahead and I did the, hello Tanya. And I wanted to get the cover done because that usually takes a little bit longer, and I knew I only had 45 minutes. And this one here that I'm doing today, I'm doing it like kind of like a loose leaf notebook with 3-ring binders. Okay, so we're going to start off today and we're going to do the front cover first. And I want you to get down here where you can see me or see this better. Hope you can see this. I know it's upside down for you guys. I was trying to get my camera to do the right thing and I just couldn't get it. So let's see. Luann, hi my dear friend. Good afternoon to you too. So on the front cover on this pretty little beachy blue fabric, I'm going to start out with, I have a little piece of canvas that I tore off and then I've grunged up the edges of this. And I'm thinking I'm going to set that in the middle. And then I put this little piece here together that says, I followed my heart and it led me to the beach. And so I think I'll try, let's just play around here a minute and see what it, because another little piece that I have, it says way to the beach. And then I couldn't resist this. I had this little Volkswagen and a little beach thing of stickers. And I thought this would be a fun one to put on here. So what I'm thinking is that I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just jog these around a little bit. And then there's this cute little wicker basket, beach basket here. And I don't know if I'll have room for that, but I might end up putting it on here and not putting on this little sign. It's probably what I think I'm going to do. So I kind of like the way that looks. So I'm going to just start gluing down. I am going to grunge up the edge of this little ephemera piece here. Just so it stands out a little more. There's been some fun crafts on today, haven't there? I always enjoy these events. I see such nice, different ideas and things, and I just really like that. I kind of like to be able to get some new ideas. Okay, so we're going to put some glue on here. And I thought I might be a little safe doing a journal today since Heidi's not actually doing one of this time slots today, because I know she really does amazing journals. So I thought, well, maybe I'll be the only one doing a journal today. And even if I'm not, that's okay, right? Because every journal's different. Okay, now I'm going to take this little piece here, of this little piece of canvas. So in the comments, if you live within 2 hours from an ocean, 2 hours from an ocean, can you just type in the comments, I do? I do. I just would like to see. Thanks, Luann. It's fun, isn't it? So if you live within 2 hours from an ocean, can you type in, I do? Who does? Hi, Lisa. How are you? Welcome. Welcome today. Okay. This little pack that I had purchased from that little junk raid auction that I had watched just had the cutest little pieces of ephemera. I just loved it. I do, Linda. Okay, Ruth, you do. Linda and Diane and Luann And Jody, who else, lives within 2 hours from the ocean. Who else? We always saw surfboards on top of the VWs when I was growing up. That was kind of a big deal back then, wasn't it? I only saw it on TV. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe I'm the only one on here today who doesn't live by the ocean. Now I'm really jealous, you guys. Oh gosh, I would love to live by the ocean. But I'm in the middle of the country. So I love the ocean. I love the beach. I love to go visit. But I'm afraid that if I lived in an area that was close to the ocean, I wouldn't enjoy it nearly as much as I would like to, because I don't like heat. And you know, if it's an 80-degree day, I'm good. But once it gets over those 80s and I start cooking, I just can't do it. So I find myself more often, well, only because where we live, going to lakes. I like to go to the lake and find a shady spot. Get in my little lounge chair and sit out there and just enjoy and watch the water, watch the boats and different things. And we are fortunate because here in our area we do have several different lakes that we can go to do that. But there is absolutely, as those of you know that live in the beach areas, there's nothing like watching and hearing the ocean waves, and that's what I love. That's why I don't go to the beach until the middle of September. I would be right there with you. We would have a girls' day out, Luann. Oh, Linda. I've been watching that and watching different people making comments about the East Coast there too with the heat. And you prefer a lake in Maine. That would be beautiful. So I have been to the ocean. I've been to the Atlantic and the Pacific. I've been down to the Gulf. You know, because I've traveled quite different times. I've been very fortunate to be able to have some experiences on the beaches, and I love walking in the sand. It feels so good. And there's the start of it. But I just couldn't. I could not do that heat, and the humidity is what's worse. Like down in Florida, I know it gets humid. I know it gets, you know, down in Texas. Oh my gosh. So now it gets very humid here in Omaha. Let me tell you. In fact, the last few days it's been really humid. And so I just stay inside. I don't go outside. We even have a pool, and I never even get out to the pool because, you know, it has to be hot to go to the pool. You grew up on a lake and you prefer the fresh water. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not crazy about, you know, the pool situation and that kind of thing. But hey, I will do it to get me out there. Okay, now Nicole had actually sent me a cute little thank you note on the purchase that I had made. And I'm going to put this here on the front. So the inside of my front cover, isn't this the prettiest paper? Now, if that don't look beachy and lake, I don't know what does. Except for the other pages in here. And this time of year, the sand will literally burn your feet. Yeah. Tennis shoes required. Flip-flops don't work. Yep, I would be one of those that have to wear I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. But aren't we all glad that we have those things in our country that we can at least get to and go to and see and do and have all that fun stuff? Now look at this pretty little, this was in Trisha's Pretty Papers that I had bought. Look at this pretty little envelope she did. And it has like an opaque paint on top of this pretty blue. So I thought this would be perfect to put up here. And what I'm going to do with this little guy here was in this little packet that I had bought. if you've never had an opportunity to do one of those journal raids on Whatnot, you've got to try it out, because those are fast moving and fun, and you get to pick out the different components for the journal. So they usually have like 5 sections, and there's like different, and you get to pick out, tell them which one you're going to get, and then go to the next piece. So if you've never done one of those, you've got to try it. It's a lot of fun. So I'm glad I got the beach one. Now I'm going to put this one down here at the top, because I'm thinking that maybe, you know, if somebody uses this journal at some point, takes it with them on their vacation or takes it with them to the beach, this could be a little something that we could just, they could stick something in, a little note card. But I'm going to take my little beach ball here. I'm only going to put some glue on the bottom half of this, okay? You live 15 minutes from the ocean. When you go to the beach, you wear long sleeves and long pants and hats. Sun is dangerous. It sure is. Sure is. Okay, then I'm going to put this right here. On that envelope tab. Because then what I can do with this is this ends up being the little tab that you can stick this back into. Oop. Bend it the right way here. And keep it shut. Okay? So it's a cute little beachy ball. And then down here, I'm going to turn this, and I was going to do it, I think I will still. I'm going to put it this way so that there's a little bit for some note writing on here, if the person who ends up wanting this at some point is a note writer. And I'm going to put that right here in the middle, just so that that cover isn't all blank. Okay. Now over here I have, it's upside down, I know, but these are all the sheets that came with this, okay? So this one here I thought would be really cute. I have this piece of kind of a, well, it's almost like a flannel, but it's not quite flannel. But it's a peachy pink. And I thought that looked like a little beach throw. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take this and just kind of lay it there so it looks like it's coming outside of the beach basket. Because I love lots of things, don't I? Those of you that watch me a lot. I love lots of things. But I love to add textures, and I love to add layers. So that's what I'm going to do with this. And I thought I'd just kind of crinkle it around a little bit, bring it over this way. I find that when you're doing your journals, it's the little things that really make a big difference, isn't it? Okay, we've got that on there. And then here is a stack of beach towels that are rolled up. So I'm thinking I'm just going to set this over here next to her chair. Let's go this way here. Okay. Then that's going to leave a writing space up here at the top. Can you see there what we did? Put a little blanket on there. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. Good to see you, Linda. I have missed seeing you. I think you and I are missing each other on different people that we're watching, because a lot of times you and I end up on the same ones, don't we? Okay. The next page over, this is just a picture of the beach that has a bunch of beach umbrellas with people laying underneath it. So on this one here, I just have to use this because I have had this for about 5 months. And I've just been waiting for the special moment to be able to use this. But have you ever done a specimen card? But look at those colors of those fabrics. And so that's one that I had put together, and I'm going to use this as an insert for a pocket. And then there's a writing space on the back. But I just love these colors. See, I'm a beachy color kind of gal. And then this here I had found, look at that, kind of like whitewash or board, seaboard type of stuff. Hi, Jill, come on in. From here they look like baby turtles hatching and running down the sand. They kind of do from here too, but they're really not. But that would have been a cute idea. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this and make this a pocket. And I'm going to go ahead and cover these up because I have another page back here of this whole picture. So I am going to take this and let's see, get my little puncher. So I was able to pick up this the other day. I'll show you here in a second. It was a pack of another pack of beachy theme papers. Oh my gosh, do I love this. And this one is from 49, what's it called? 49 in Market. But they have all of these colors, but they do them in the smaller size so that you're not wasting, and then you get several of each color. But aren't those pretty? Look at those. It even has a tiki hut. So I'm going to use some of those in here too. So that's where I got this at. Okay, let's get here and get some Distress ink on this one. It does look like birch wood, Lisa. It does. And it has a little bit of blue in it, a little bit of different shades of the browns. And then that's the back of it. Isn't that pretty? So that's why I like this packet here that I picked up, because they're smaller sheets, and therefore when I use one color, I'm not wasting the whole thing because I know I have another sheet that I can do that other side with if I want to. Okay, so we're going to put this in here. It just kind of reminds me of a boardwalk or something. And I'm going to put it down here. And then I'm going to stick my little specimen card in there as a tuck-in. Hold that down till it dries for a second. 21 friends here. Woo, woo, woo. Good to see everybody. Thank you all for coming in on this Sunday afternoon. Okay. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. I think it holds a little bit better for some of this stuff than my art glitter glue does sometimes. This heavier paper. Now, up here at the top, on here, I'm going to put a little saying. And let's see, we've got, what do I have up here? Here's one, it's called Seize the Day, S-E-A-S, Seize the Day. I'll put that up there at the top. Okay, right there, where she'll plant. This one is awesome, just like all of them. Oh, Tammy, thank you so much. You are so sweet. I do too, Jill. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Now, I thought we'd have a little fun. And since I know I have a whole lot of you East Coasters on here, this is an homage to you, okay? An homage to you. So, I like to go into magazines and even tear out pictures and things. And one of the pictures I had found a while back and just stuck it in my beach folder was this little picture. Anybody recognize where that might be? Who can tell me where that might be? And I'm going to put this, and we're going to glue this in here. I guarantee you that's not in Omaha. I guarantee you. Hi, Kathy. Come on in and relax and enjoy our little time together here. Okay. So I'm going to put this one on here. Then there was a part of the page that was at the bottom that I tore out. Nantucket. How many of you have been to Nantucket? I've been as close as Martha's Vineyard. But we were pooped out and hot and tired on that day that we went, and we didn't make it over to Nantucket. But with this being torn like it is, I actually was able to get it lined up pretty good here. So it just looks like it's part of the actual picture. So we got Nantucket on here. It's kind of fun, isn't it, Jill? Nova Scotia, England, Scotland. It could be all those, couldn't it, Lisa? That's an area of the world I would love to go to, is up to Nova Scotia. All three of those, Nova Scotia, England, and Scotland. The only place I've been outside of the country is I went to Mexico. Back in '92, we went down to Monterey on a mission trip. Okay, so we've got that there. And then I'm going to put something, maybe going to put this little piece right in here. I think I'll just tie this into a little knot. It's a piece of little scrap fabric. It's a real soft type of a thing. I'm just going to put that right here on the front of this, just to give it something on there. Okay. All right, and then on this page here, I am going to come back at a different time and I will add on. In fact, let me see if I want to do it now. Let's see. Not sure what this would look like on here. Yeah, I think that would look nice. I have this blue kind of a velvety fabric with the fringed edge. I like to just kind of put a little something down there on that blank space in the bottom to, again, give me a little more texture. Lived in England for 3 years as a child when Dad was stationed there in the Air Force. Wonderful memories. Oh, I bet it was. I bet it was. My sister and her family have gone there several times because they have some family that lives there in that area. And, but I've never gone. I went to Tampico, Mexico on a mission trip on the Gulf Coast side. Ooh, I bet that was nice. Yeah, Monterey wasn't near the Gulf. It was like, it's like in the middle. But it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. I'd do it again in a heartbeat if I had the walking ability to do all the things we did back then. Okay, then I've got this cute little button here. Let's see, where did it go? And y'all know I love my buttons. So I'm trying to come away from a little bit of my comfort zone here today with this. So I'm going to hold off. I'm not going to put a button on yet since I've got buttons over here. But look at this. Now this might be kind of cute. This is a little belt loop, denim belt loop. That would probably be cute. But it might be cuter on a piece that's a little bit lighter. Can you see there? So I'm going to hold off, and we're going to come over here. Now wait till you see what I got out of the magazine, you guys. Oh my gosh. Relaxing on the beach with her beach towel. And I'm going to put this in here. And I am going to make this a pocket. So I am going to put, all I did was take that magazine piece of paper around a piece of cardstock so that it gives it a little bit stiffer. And let's see, make sure I get the right way. Okay. So I'm going to bring this one, and I'm going to bring it up a little bit and I'm going to bring it past my little holes there. Then, up here, I believe I will go ahead and add a little piece of this lace trim up here, just to give it a little bit of a line kind of a feel on there. You see that? So let's see what that does for us. And turn that off. And that just gives a little bit. I'm going to bring it down a little bit more on this one end. Okay. I apologize, guys. I keep finding myself putting my glue right in front of the camera. Not just today, but always. You probably had a lot of memories. Oh, it's just... So yours was only mission trips. So those are mission trips that you went on too, Lisa. Oh, that would be amazing to go to England and Scotland. Okay, now this here, I got this. I ordered some little file folders a while back from a My Peddler's Alley, and she wraps her things in this. Now I'm thinking I'm going to put this right over this little belt here. So I'm going to trim it off. And let's see if I can do this the right way. So if I put it here and we put it, that one's going to be too short. Okay, it goes like that. Take off another little smidgen here. But I'm just going to lay this where the belt is on this swimming suit, just for something different. Because this has stripes, this has stripes. So, just going to see if we can make this happen. Get it right up there on the edge. Okay. There we go. Got that. I'll trim these down a little bit. Doesn't have to be that big. Okay. Well, that's kind of fun. See how that did? And you made it a 3D little bow on there. Okay. Now, later on, after you guys are gone here, I will probably come through, maybe add some distressed inks on some things. This page here, I'm thinking, oh, this was in my little packet too, this little notebook paper. So we're going to take this and we're just going to tuck this inside. Let's bring it down just a smidgen more, I think. Inside this tuck spot. I'll make sure my glue is dried though. There we go. Well, come on. Sometimes that glue likes to seep out. For now, we'll be good. So then if there's somebody who wants to write some notes, they can grab that. Now this one here we are back to the little umbrellas, aka baby sea turtles, marching along the beach. And then in my packet, there was the doily. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this doily and I'm going to just glue it in here, right there, about the, I folded it in half is what I did. Okay. And then we're just going to put that on here. And glue that down, and then you see it'll open up too to be another little tuck spot. But on the top here I have some decisions to make. So I had this little cupcake liner and I thought, well, I might put that in the middle, And then I have this blue, and I'm not real sure I want to add my blue, because what I'm thinking I want to add is this Life Preserver. And that's what I think I'm going to go with. And then, of course, there will be something else I've got to add on to it here. So let's kind of put this in the middle. Looks like it's about the halfway too. And let's go about right there. Okay, and then I'll put a little bit here. Just a little dab. I don't want it seeping through on the other side. Then this was in my packet, this little Life Preserver, Lifesaver. And we're going to glue it, and I grunged up the edges of it. And we'll just kind of put that there in the middle of my little cupcake liner. And then I thought, let's see if I have it in here. I do. I have this amazing button. And I'm pretty sure it's some type of a pearl button. But it's a silvery, it's a gray. Okay? So what I'm thinking is I'm going to put that right in the middle here. Just because I can. See, I can't completely get away from doing my buttons. Okay, so I'll put that there, smoosh it down. Now that's when I probably should have had my glue gun on, because that will keep it on there a little bit tighter. But anyway, then that's going to give another little fold out. So what I'm going to do is I will come back through and I will take some of my Distress ink and probably do a little bit around the edges here, but I'll have to do it very carefully because it's, you know, it's pretty fine. But that'll be one, and then let's see, what kind of a little note do we want to put on here? Let's see. Well, let's see, they're kind of long. So, probably going to find something I can cut down a little bit. I was going to put Sunshine on My Mind, but I'll fix that up when I come back later and we'll get something on there. Actually, I could put Sunshine on My Mind right up here at the top of this little piece right here. At the top of her bathing suit. Because it's very obvious that she has sunshine on her mind, right? And let's bring it right over this way a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now to the next piece. What we got here? We still got about 9 minutes. Okay. This page here, look at this cuteness too. Looky, looky. That's what the paper was that was in the packet. And I thought it would be kind of fun, if I can find where it went. Here it is. First of all, I have this little pineapple. Well, I'm going to put this pineapple down here at the bottom of the palm tree. And we're going to just set that there just for fun. And then I made a little tag out of that paper. Wasn't that a cute little paper I found? Kind of looks like bubbles in the water. Thanks, Heidi. And then I'm going to use this piece here of this trim. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to make a little pocket out of this. We'll see if this works. Okay, and I'm going to put it down here at the bottom on the sandy part because this kind of looks like a sandy, beachy color. Hold it on there. God is your anchor, absolutely. Absolutely. You guys, those of you that familiar with, remember the song, was it Ray Boltz that sang The Anchor Holds? Love that song. Love that song. Hi, Carol. Okay, then I'm just going to stick this in here. And it's going to be in its own little pocket. I'll put a little stringy on here to, in this navy blue. Love this dyed seam binding, I tell you. Okay, so then I'm going to put something on the front here too. So I have to decide what that's going to be. But let's see here. I'm going to hold off for right now on doing that. So far on this page we have a little pineapple down here that's kind of a 3D. And then we're going to have that pocket down there. And then we can put a little phrase up here. And let's see, let's go with, how about we do high tides and good vibes. Let's stick that right over here. So I want to go through and do a real quick run through with you because we've just got a few minutes to show you what some of these other pages are going to be like. But check out this paper. Who was it that said that they saw the surfboards on top of cars? So on this page here, we have a tiki hut kind of thing with some surfboards. And then this is all surfboards. Then in my little packet of things that I got from my friend Nicole, it came in one of these little see-through thingies with all the ephemera in it. Well, look what I'm going to do. I am going to use this, and I'm going to put my own little pieces in here. So I'm putting some pearls. We're going to put a little gold key on a little blue ribbon, a little clamshell, and we're going to stick these in this little treasure bag here. Make sure I get it so it's facing out. And I just thought that'd be kind of fun. Because what girl doesn't like to look inside a package for a present, right? So you just seal it shut. And then where this one is going to go, it's going to go on this page here. And I'm probably going to put it in the middle. And then down here I'm going to put this bright orange. Because of this pretty orangey in the paper. So let's go ahead and see if we can get that on real quick here. I want to go clear up to the top. Okay. And it's just a little special little packet of something something. And we'll get that glued down. Oops, I'm going to scooch it up a little bit. And then I'm going to put my bright orange on here. That'll definitely juice that up a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to come back when this gets dry and we're going to do something up here on the top of it. But this gives us a good start at least, right? Let's see. Here's a cute one. It says, living my beachiest life. Let's put that up here. And I'm going to put that kind of at an angle. Okay. So here's another little piece that's going to go in there of ephemera. Look at the stork. Isn't it cute? And then we have some flip-flops. I've made a bunch of tags. And look at this adorable paper clip. Can you see that? It's a little flamingo paper clip. It's going to be able to go into this. And let's see, where are we at? Okay. So I've got the parts here to make some tags that will be sticking down in here. We've got some little flip-flops. Let's see, look at this pretty page. We're going to have the Tiki Hut and over here, and then we've got these little pretty cold beverages that we'll be able to put around there. Here's another. This one says chilling on the sea, swinging in the trees. So maybe we can finish this one on one of my lives this week coming up on my Moments with Celeste page. If you aren't currently following me on Moments with Celeste, I invite you to do so. I would love to have you. And we just work on all kinds of different things. So give me a follow, and we'll be finishing up this on that page. But real quick, look at this. Look at this page. Isn't that pretty? All right. I think that Heidi is probably ready to pull me over. Remember to refresh in the Crafty Bunch. And the next person you're going to see is Nyla with Texie's Treasure Chest here on the Lazy Hazy Beach Day event on the Crafty Bunch. Bye-bye, everybody. Hope you have a good evening. It was fun spending time with you in the sun today.